Welcome, guys, to John's Football Channel. This is your post review of Napoli versus Chelsea. We managed to get the win. Managed to get a 2-3 win. Very well done to us in terms of the result that we got. But now let's look at and analyze how the game actually went. It looks good on paper, but we have some things to talk about, some good things and some bad things that happened in this game. So let's take a look. So going into this game, um, So obviously we all remember, okay, the first thing that happened was that free kick that we managed to get. And then Jesus managed to help us out and get us a penalty, raising his hands in the air and then bringing them back down to his sides, basically trying to block the goal and the ball. So that is definitely in my side. I think that is a clear penalty. I mean, what are you doing? I should have kept it down from the start, but I guess you are jumping. So if you're jumping, you're most likely gonna raise your hands. So if he raised his hands, he probably should have kept them raised. And then we look at the next thing where we managed to get the penalty. The penalty obviously was given to us, and then Enzo managed to slot it down nicely. I was actually thinking of him actually putting it a bit higher, maybe on the right hand side instead of the left. But anyway, he managed to put it in. So long as it goes in, that's all that matters. Um, it's nice how they're able to get it there with that much accuracy. They should. I mean, we pay them a lot of money in order for it to get them to get it right. Um, so it's good that we have some good penalty takers in our team. And then they managed to score the second goal with that very nice turn against Fofana. Um, he ends up doing basically a 360 around him. And then I think in this goal it was very poor from Sanchez. How Sanchez um didn't get there quick enough. People saying that he didn't get down quick enough in order to stop it, but I think it was, if you look at the replay, it looks quite soft. I think we have seen Sanchez do a lot better than that in terms of other goals. I think out of all the goals that were scored, I think that one should have been saved by Sanchez. Especially those other shots that I can't remember right now that Napoli took against us. Out of all the shots, I think that one should have been the one that we at least saved, because I mean it was not very far from him. Um, when he did that turn, he didn't have much power to do the shot afterwards. And he wasn't fully balanced. He was off balance when he took the shot. So saying that, I think Sanchez could have done better, and he should have done. But anyway, we move into the next goal. Um, then we have Rasmus Højlund ends up scoring. With this goal, I know that they crossed it in. It was very well played from them. I think Højlund knows, okay, he's going to sit back a bit, and as his ball comes in, he's going to go to the first post, which is very, very smart of him. But I think Fofana, in this instance, should supposed to have been a bit more switched on, a bit of knowing, okay, it's better for you to go behind me. That way, but it can be tricky. You could say to, okay, no, could not allow him to be in front of me because I mean he's able to get the ball. Um, so I think Fofana should have said, okay, no, let him go be in between us. And worst case scenario, I should have the first chance to get to the ball before he does. Now, in the first instance, he lands again the ball before Fofana because he's in front of Fofana. So and he ends up slotting it away with the first touch. So I think in that instance, I think Fofana should have been done a bit better. I think he should have been a bit more in front of him, or at least on him, basically. At least knowing, okay, this guy any minute now is gonna run to the first post or something like that. But I suppose there's not many things you can do right, and it's very difficult to get everything right in certain games. But I think if we did want to be better, I think that's what we should have done. I think whoever also was on that cross, whoever was trying to block that cross from coming in, should have also done a bit better. But I think I can remember correctly, it went through the player's legs. I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was Reece James's legs that it would end up going through. But yeah, I think if we wanted to stop that goal from going in, we definitely needed to do it like that. Let me know down below if you guys think of any other way that you would have actually prevented those goals from going in, especially the two that we conceded. And then at this stage, we are 2-1 down. I think it was true that we very had very good mentality because I think after that 2-1, I said, damn, I literally thought we were gonna, this is how the game was gonna go. Let me go to bed. But no, that was not the case. We actually found a way to come back. I think also it was a good that in the second half, if we take a look in the second half, we take off Pedro Neto. People saying Pedro Neto was poor. I don't think he was poor. I can't remember him being poor, but I can remember him um maybe being average. He did some things okay, but I don't think he did spectacular. I was quite surprised when he came off. I was like, Pedro Neto, are you serious? I mean, everyone you want to take off Pedro Neto, one of our most I think dangerous players in that instance. I mean, although we could say he's dangerous, he looks dangerous, but on a week-to-week basis, he doesn't produce many stats, many assists, many goals. So saying that it was quite tricky for the manager to see what he's going to need to do. But fair play, he ended up taking the flyer off, and I think that's when we we switched. Obviously, I think it was Estava. Estava went to the right, left. Estava went to the left. Yeah, I think I'm surely Estava went to the left, and then Palmer went to the right. For that brief moment. And then we ended up bringing Santos Lennon coming off on the 60th minute. Kitten's Lennon coming on. I, I I I think people are also saying that why did Kittens come on? I feel sorry for the guy that had Lennon coming on and then Lennon going off as well. So that was quite a shame, to see that happening. I think no one would want that to happen to you. Imagine you coming into a game and then they take you off 2 minutes later. It should have felt like that. It wasn't. If you look at the time he was brought on and taken off, like a half an hour. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but it does feel like that. And then Trevor came, they ended up coming for Gusto. I think at this stage, this is when we obviously changed the formation to back four. I think I think the game, the preparation of going into this game was maybe a sense of us being worried and to see how dangerous Napoli was going to be. I think maybe Liam Senior decided to go with this formation in order to go man for man. I think maybe it was going to be better in terms of stopping them. I think we weren't sure what kind of Napoli was coming up and showing up today. But I think when Liam Senior in a way saw that we were good and we were decent enough to hold our own, I think that's when he said, okay, no, screw it. Let's play our ball, play the game that we want to play. And I think that's when he went, in a way, went with a back four, went back to basics. And I think that's how we won the game. We went to back to basics, put everyone in the correct positions, and play their best position. And I think that's how we mainly ended up getting the goal. Okay, and then afterwards, in the 61st minute, which is exactly, you can say 15 minutes later, Palmeiras ends up giving a through ball to João Pedro. João Pedro ends up doing this weird turn. I actually was shocked. I think in this game I don't know if it's been every game, but I think in this game particularly his touch on the ball has been poor. I think he loses the ball way too quickly. Um, Compared to a normal player that's supposed to have a ball in his control. And I thought when he did that turn, I thought, oh damn it, they will lose the ball and everything. But surprisingly, he ended up doing a turn and ended up beating the defender, creating an extra yard or so. And then he decides, no, let me shoot. I think everyone was quite surprised that he decided to shoot from there. And fair play to him, he ended up putting it in. Um, and it was a very good goal. It makes us have a 2-2 now at this stage. And then we keep playing, and then they make some subs. We probably take off Estevar and bring Garnacho. I think because Estevar's not playing his right position, so Garnacho comes on. Garnacho doesn't do much. for the game, for the rest of the game. I mean, there's only 20 minutes left. And then in the 82nd minute, Palmer gives João Pedro another ball, and he landed running towards the edge of the box. And I think he cuts in, and then he just slots it into the left hand corner. And I think it was very well from him that he was able to take his chances today and actually be quite clinical in that. So very, very good to see. I think in my preview, I think you all known that I didn't want him to play at all. I don't think he going into this game he deserved to. I think Delap should have played. But it is a question what goals Delap would have gotten had it been him starting. Would he have gotten any goals? Let me know down below. Um, was it the right decision to play him in the first though? But obviously, now looking at the game, clearly it was a good option because he delivered the goods, he delivered the win. So all I can say is well done to João Pedro for proving me wrong, for proving that he is a player that deserves to be in the team sheet and give Delap a chance to run for his money. So I think very fair play to him. I think if he needs to keep going, he needs to continue with this form to see where this takes him. I think we definitely need the goals up front in order for us to keep competing. I mean, we're into the Champions League next round now. We are progressing into the different cups that we have, the Carabao FA Cup, even the Premier League. So we definitely need someone who knows where the goals are. So very fair play to him for proving me wrong. And then if we had to look at the top six players, I think it was definitely João Pedro for us, Enzo Fernandez, and then Cole Palmer. I think very well done to Cole Palmer for coming off the bench and getting to assists, and especially in a way where we all could clearly see this man is nowhere near the player he used to be in terms of without injury. I truly hope it's an injury that can get rid of him, and he's able to come back to his best self. Um, I don't think it's going to be fair on him for him to break down so easily and so quickly in his career. So a speedy recovery for him. Let him come back fully fit someday. I'm not sure when. I mean, he's been out for quite a while already, and still not been able to get rid of this injury. So it is a question as to how severe is this injury for Cole Palmer. And then if you look at their top three, it was obviously Oliveira, um, Vera, and Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund, I think going into this game, um, I wasn't scared of him. I think we all know him from Man United. He's not going to do much basically, but fair play to him. He did get a goal. He did contribute to us nearly losing and getting knocked out of this game. So very fair play to him. But I don't think he obviously also did the best. His best. I think there's players in Napoli that better than him, like Olivia and Vergra. Um, so yeah, I think also going into this game, um, we definitely I think we also could have done better in terms of some passing lanes and some stuff that we did. It was quite interesting to see how we started with a back three and how we progressed from there. At least it shows us that we're creative and we're not willing just to say, okay, next game, at least we actually do our homework and we actually try to be creative and create chances to get us wins and stuff. So it was very good to see from Liam Rossini. Yeah, that's basically the game. I think also what I want to add, I'm very glad on Lukaku. Lukaku coming on and not getting a goal against us. I think he was very close to doing so. I think that would have killed us. Had the guy that we hated for what he did to us just to come on and score, it would have been punishment. It would have been devastating for us to see that happen. But luckily, we go with a win. He goes with a loss, and he can go with the tail between his legs, and he can go back to Napoli knowing he's out of the competition. So very fair play to us for doing that to Lukaku. Hopefully, he knows what it feels like to do what he did. I hope in a way he regrets what he did, and is able to know to teach other people basically not to do it again, and him for him not to do it. He has very few years left in his career. Hopefully he doesn't do it to anyone else. Because can you imagine you wanting to come to a club saying that you love the club and then next minute you just leave? That's not how it's supposed to be. But well, guys, this is my post review. A very very good win. 3 points is 3 points, no matter how you get it done. Um, yeah. Let me know down below what you guys thought the score prediction was. How did you see the game going? Is there any other key points that I might have missed? Yeah. Peace.